Well, the headline big news in this announcement is the cooperation of the British, Italian, and Japanese defence industries on the building of this new combat aircraft. First time ever that the European industry has cooperated with Japan on such a big and important program. We don't know very much about when the plane's going to be built, how much is going to be spent in it, what's it actually going to do, any of those technical details, specifics of the actual program. It's more this is more declaration of a high level political intent rather than the practical details of actually building the plane. There's different ways of doing international defense cooperation. I mean, yes, you could have a lead nation, or you could, like in the Eurofighter Typhoon, have an equal partnership between the partner nations, and each country builds its own prototype in its own country by its own aerospace industry. I mean, that happened in the Typhoon program. The Italians, the Germans, the British, the Spanish all built prototypes and cooperated that way. Whereas if we've got the F-35 with the Lightning aircraft, where the United States did all that type of work, or did it all in the United States rather than having it spreading it around the partner nations. So the different models, we're not quite sure how that's going to work yet. That's something to be hammered out in the subsequent negotiations about the how the program is going to take place, the money, the industrial participation, and the orders, all that kind of boring technical detail. There is the Tempest aircraft that the United Kingdom is building at the moment at Warton in Lancashire. That's supposed to fly within 5 years. That's supposed to be the proof of concept. That they don't like to call it a prototype, but it is sort of the first iteration of the Tempest aircraft, which potentially will be the design that will become this global combat aircraft. I mean, that's supposed to fly within 5 years at Warton in Lancashire. So, I mean, yes, it is perhaps moving faster than we really think. So, I mean, it's a question of how willing the Japanese and the Italians will be to bolt themselves onto that Tempest program. Bringing in the Japanese is a new dimension. The Japanese up to now have cooperated in their fighter programs with the United States. So how that dynamic will be played out, how the United States is going to react to having a competitor being built by its closest allies, that's an interesting dynamic which will play out in the next couple of years. So it's not just how our opponents will react, how will our allies react, and will they want to join or will they want to sabotage it? That's an interesting thing to watch, I think.